Hello and welcome to our check-in video for this week. If you were with us this past Sunday, you got to enjoy a totally youth-led worship service, and we hope that you were blessed by it. I know that I really enjoyed watching our youth stepping up and taking the lead and using their gifts. So we really hope that you were blessed by that service on Sunday. If you were with us on Sunday, then we opened the Bible and we looked at a few different verses, and one passage in particular we highlighted was the verse 1 Timothy 4:12. That says, "Do not let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." And this verse is an amazing verse for young people, for teenagers today. It's a verse that I grew up with that was very inspirational. It challenged me to go deeper in my faith and to live out the things that are spoken in that verse. And it's a challenge that we've put out to our youth here at Riverside to set an example, to step up and set the bar, set the pace for the Christian community that's around them, whether it's in their home, whether it's in their school, or whether it's in their church, to challenge them to go deeper and set the example and just really take their faith in their own hands and really take ownership of it. But as I was looking at this passage, I also noticed another passage that's found in the book of Titus chapter 2, verses 1 to 8. And it says, "But as for you, speak the things which are fitting for sound doctrine. Older men are to be temperate, dignified, sensible, sound in faith, in love, in perseverance. Older women likewise are to be reverent in their behavior, not malicious gossips, nor enslaved to much wine, teaching what is good, so that they may encourage the young women to love their husbands, to love their children, to be sensible, pure, workers at home, kind, being subject to their own husbands, so that the word of the Lord will not be dishonored. Likewise, urge the young men to be sensible. In all things show yourself to be an example of good deeds, with purity in doctrine, dignified, sound in speech which is beyond reproach, so that the opponent will be put to shame, having nothing bad to say about us." As I was reading these two passages, I noticed a lot of connections between these two passages from 1 Timothy 4 and Titus 2, that a lot of the things in 1 Timothy that Paul says to Timothy about how to set the example is found also in this passage in Titus. The only difference is that when Paul's talking to Timothy, he's talking to the younger people, telling them to step up, set the example. But in Titus, we find that Paul is now challenging the older people, the generation above these young people, the men and the women, to first and foremost live out these things in their own life, but then also to go farther than that and teach it to the younger generation. And I think that's so important. We just sometimes hope that the teenagers, our kids as they're growing up, that they're just going to naturally find their way and just all of a sudden grasp what their faith is all about and who God is. But the youth today have tons of questions. They're trying to figure out their faith. They're trying to figure out how to live it out on a daily basis, and they're struggling. They're trying to find answers, and the best way that they can find answers is to find it from people who have already been living it for a while, who have already been experiencing all these different things. And so the challenge to you as adults is to now step up and take this generation by the hand so that they're not alone in their faith, so that they can hear your stories, how you've been brought through struggles, how you've trusted in the Lord, how you've struggled, to know that struggling is okay, that it's all right for Christians to struggle and wrestle with God, but also to have faith in Him even in those difficult times. And after this past Sunday, we had a lot of great response. We had a lot of encouragement, but we also had a lot of people coming to us and sharing and asking just how they can be involved. And there's a lot of ways that people can be involved in the youth, in the lives of the youth. I want to encourage you first and foremost to pray for our teenagers. Not just say you're going to pray, not just have that mentality that, oh, it would be a nice concept if we could pray for our youth, but actually get on your knees and pray for our teenagers. But even beyond that, I want to challenge you to invest in their lives. If you come out on a Tuesday night, we'll just put out the invitation. We do worship, we do time in the Word, we do prayer. We want to encourage you, even if you want to come on Tuesday night, even if you're not in high school, to just come and enjoy worship with the youth. Even beyond that, I want to challenge you to mentor them, to connect with them on a Sunday morning or even throughout the week. Give them a call, invite them to your house for dinner, take them out for coffee, to a movie. So often they feel like adults don't listen to them, and they need to be listened to. They need to be knowing that there are adults around who care, who want to hear from them. And there's just so much more you can do. You can sponsor them. We have a lot of events going on that sometimes cost a lot of money. How incredible would it be if an older man went to a youth and said, hey, we're going to Promise Keepers. I'm going to pay for you to come along with me, and then spend a weekend together just getting to know each other, fellowshipping together, and just having that bond, that unity created through those times. There's so many different opportunities that you can use to reach out to this generation. And if you need more ideas, come and talk to me. My office door is always open. But this is so important, so necessary, because if we lose this generation, then we're going to lose the next generation and the one after that. But if we build into this generation, then they can build into the ones after them, and then so on and so on. So this is how God has created the church, for us to build each other up, encourage one another daily, as long as it's called today. Thanks so much for listening. I hope that you take us up on this challenge to get involved with our youth, and we hope to see you next Sunday. God bless.